Chris John for KaijuPop.com, and this is Infinity Runner on the PS4. A little bit of an early one, this one. This is coming out on the PS4 next week. As I'm saying this, April the... oh god, dates. 14th or the 15th, depending on where you are. This is the first PS4 game by Wales Interactive, who are, surprisingly enough, Welsh, and have put together some PC games, I think, in the past. A couple of things on Wii U, and this is their first PS4 game. I'm not sure whether it's around elsewhere. I guess perhaps it is. And it is confusing with its menus. Hang on. Brig. I can't go in the brig. And I've done Sector 1. Yeah, that sounds about right. Easy, normal, or hard? Normal. That sounds good. I did the first level in this game, which was basically just a tutorial, and it popped tons of trophies. Mainly bronzes, but like tons and tons of trophies for doing very, very little. So if you are a trophy hunter, that's your thing. There's that lady, she tells you to run, but she tells you to run through the, through the speaker in your controller. So, yeah, you're not going to hear that bit. Checkpoints. There's checkpoints in it. So, if I said it was an endless runner, then I lied. It's an auto runner, but not an endless runner. You want to collect those things. Those are documents. Apparently, you're running naked. I think like the few times. Avoid that. Duck under. I fell into the fire. Yeah, the times when you jump, it seems like you're not wearing very much, or indeed anything. Maybe that's part of it. Crap! I mistimed that. Oh, you only get 3 lives on a thing. Oh, no. See, I've got another trophy there. I think Pop's trophies all over the place. There you go. Yeah, it seems that I'm wearing a kind of scanty hospital gown thing. So, it's sexy, I guess.
Yes! I need it.
There you go, you're going to have to read the subtitles, I'm too busy concentrating on what's going on here. There's a few alternating paths, but, you know, it's basically...
Maybe I should have told you earlier.
It is an auto-runner. You're constantly moving at a high speed, a la the popular mobile genre. And you can use the left stick or the D-pad to switch between from... 1 of 3... What? No idea what was going on there, jeez. To sort of flip between... Slid too early there, slid too early, folks. That's that. Restart that, try it again. To flip between 3 lanes, you've also got... Hello, there you go. You've also got slides on the left trigger, and jumps on the right trigger, and occasionally you'll have to fight somebody, and it's a quick time event. And that's the deal. Oh, to make turns, I'm looking with the right stick. So it's interesting. There's not many auto runners, I guess. There's another trophy all the time. Trophies all over the place. Ah, you get a trophy, and you get a trophy, and you get a trophy. This is only the second level of the game. Hold something back. Oh, I'm doing all right now. I'm doing all right. It's quite exciting. There's not many of these sort of first-person style auto runners as opposed to endless runs. There was a really good one, and the name's escaping me. That was on iPhone and PC, and it was all wireframe. I'm sure I'll come back to it. Oh, I can look up and down as well. I'm not sure where that will come in handy, but perhaps it will later on. I'm doing aces at this now. Look at that. Now, I had to get through. Okay, you slide under that as well. Difficult to play while talking at the same time. I mean, there are a couple of endless runners or auto runners on PS4. There was Race the Sun. There was That was one in particular of those kind of games. But this is different because, you know, it's all in segmented levels, and I just ran into that. I had no idea how to pass that obstacle that was in front of me. So there's something to be said for doing the same levels over and over again. What? Crap. I didn't know they would get me. Yes, there's something to be said for doing the same levels over and over and over again, and remembering your way around them, and sort of doing things that way. And there's also a plot which seems a little bit silly. The woman that's, wow, oh no, oh, there's that room again. Am I going around in circles? I think I might be. Is there a map here or something, or what? So I've been there, definitely been there. Oh dear, okay. So I'm gonna go through here, and then there's gonna be, there's another checkpoint. Jump. Oh, collectible obtained. I wasn't there before. Okay. So just some of these rooms just repeat themselves, I guess. I don't know if they're perhaps random, maybe? Long quick time event. Punch you, punch you in the face. You know what this is? This is, what this makes me think of is like, a game of the future that would be on Tomorrow's World or something in the early 90s. Look at that haircut, that's pure, like, cyberpunk stuff.
Just let me try this. There. Now, isn't that better? So, where was I? Oh, wait, where were you? You are on the Infinity, a research habitation vessel used for deep space habitation and research, I guess. Now, to answer the question that's been kicking around your head, you were frozen in a large vat of embryonic fluid for the last 30 years, and that's why you're freezing. It might also be because you're naked.
Yeah,
I hope that clears things up for the moment.
That definitely clears things up. I wasn't sure whether it was closed or not. You'd have thought, like, if I was frozen in embryonic fluid, I wouldn't be able to run very fast. That's another trophy! Get all the trophies if you're a trophy hound. How are you going to handle everything? Yeah, it kind of makes me think of, yeah, this would be a game of the future in 1991. Like, look at all the crazy fast shit that's happening, except it's not entirely under your control. Like all that we needed was for that lady talking to you to be hello. Oh, there you go.
What the hell happened here? What the hell happened here?
Yeah,
let's go around and find out.
All it needed was for that lady to be ran into the wall there, to be FMV, and it would make the 90s cheese complete. That sounds like I'm being very denigrating towards the game when it's it's actually it's quite fun. But I mean, I can never play this kind of a game, nope, without kind of thinking that it's, you know, it perhaps isn't the ideal format for it. Nope, no idea. Okay. See, it doesn't really seem like I'm in any urgent panic. Why do I keep... No clue there. Should we try it again? I guess. Another 4 attempts to do this. Oh, this cutscene, that's gonna knock me off. Let's skip it. You see, right, okay. I was just listening, I was talking over it before. But you hear people on the other side of that door, halfway through cutting through it. And they've just been killed.
What the hell happened here?
Right? There's all their green blood all over the place. They're aliens, I guess. I'm therefore running towards whatever just killed those things. does make a world of sense. So I'm going left instead of right. What you do in Bloodborne, you go left at the start. And Pitfall. All those games. All the greats, they make you go left instead of right at the start. Metroid. It does seem though, it's just a mirror image of... Okay. We've learned things. Go right through those swirly X laser things. Jump over that. And under that. Oh, no, that's right. Because I kind of think it's, biff him. Terrible shot. Because it's kind of something very Twitch like this, and yeah, kind of built for short play sessions like this. You know, it's easy to play this sort of thing on your phone because you've always got your phone with you, and it's a 2-second thing. But you know, it's kind of harder to work up the inspiration I'm going to turn my PS4 on, oh crap, just to play an endless runner, and I think if those Simon sequences get too long, I'm going to be in big frustrating trouble here. Square, triangle, circle, L1. Happily you can remember. What? 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 I was looking at what I was doing, I wasn't reading the text. What do you do? I've got to do this bit. Square, triangle, circle, L1. It's the same command. Right. What do you do? Jump. Oh, that's quite cool. I like having little extra bits layered onto it. This would make a good theme park ride. And yeah, oh man, it's doing my head in trying to think of that really awesome wireframe first-person endless runner on iOS.
Strange. The energy readings
cool. But yeah, there's not many games of this type to have a narrative, I suppose, and it's structured enough. Hello. Wow. Okay. It's and now it's altered beast.
I understand you might be a little shocked right now.
So that's kind of awesome. Yeah, it seems to be fair, steadily layering things in to become more complex and kind of its own thing, and perhaps offer a little bit of depth. There's this story mode. There's also a separate race mode, which is just, you know, as far as I'm aware, just skip through the story sequences and just run through and do as best you can, sort of thing. An arcade mode, where it's a true endless runner. Well, with the one ending being when you die, Natch. I like those rope swingy bits. Nope. Okay. We're alright as long as it doesn't give me one of those swirly cross lasers. Ah, crap. Okay, we'll have one more try at this. I could really do with being able to skip that cutscene. I always kind of think these things you just want to just make me go. And it's also kind of, it's weird when you stop moving, it's when you realise that those textures look really terrible. Perhaps that is why I'm running towards this giant alien thing and it wants you to keep moving. It's because if you're running really, really fast, it doesn't matter that the game in static mode is pretty ugly, because you're moving and you're zipping along quite quickly. Jump over that, under that. You thought it would be good if there was one bit, if there was just like a clothesline hung up. You know, you go and you grab a pair of trousers, a shirt, just keep yourself warm. Though I would be pretty hot if I was running this far, this fast. bloody winded as well, jeez. I suppose I can turn into a wolf, so. Wolves have fur. Keep you warm. I left that green gun all over the place. Come on. Jeez. Health and safety. Oh, think that jolly goods. Da -da 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 -da. I mean, it seems that, you know, the environment's not super well varied so far, I guess. But, I mean, it is kind of now running through red rooms instead of running through grey rooms. I think there's only so much you can do with that. I missed the jump. Yeah, there's only so much you can do with a corridor runner, I suppose. But it would be nice to see a few set pieces and, you know, I dare say, very early doors yet in this game. So I suspect there will be more. Or I would hope that there would be more in terms of where we are at any one time. Jump. Through there. But when you think about the
strange. The energy
this kind of thing, the kind of areas that make up, I suppose, like Temple Run or something like that. You know, that kind of makes sense. But in a confined area, like a spaceship or a space station or wherever we're in, when you think about just the fact that this entire spaceship is just one massive, very twisty corridor. I think, like, if you actually tried to map these spaces out, it would be, like, completely impossible. Also, if I'm here, and all the guys I'm fighting are the guys I'm fighting, then who's flying the ship? Who knows? Yeah, it really does seem like when you have a left or right fork, it's pretty much the same stuff. It's just mirrored. So that's a bit disappointing, I think. Whoop, crap. Let's do that. And left in the middle. And yeah, I mean, what? Okay, I was going to say lots of really recycled areas. Yeah, I suppose that. No, okay, alright. I had no idea that was going to kill me, to be fair. I'm peeved. Stay right. No? Stay right and jump, maybe? Okay, alright. Well, you learn a little bit more every time, I suppose. Especially when you have to see this cutscene a zillion times. Hey, my goodness. That line looks like I drew it in MS Paint.
What the hell happened here?
Oh, come on.
Let's want to go around and find out.
Okay. If we're not doing it here, we're not doing it. For the time being, anyway. Go right. Very arcadey. I mean, it's but that's the kind of nature of the auto runner. You know, it's strange that it took, I guess, Cannibal, although, you know, games kind of like it too. But it took, like, the mobile phone era to popularize the endless runner. And then, like, you know, BitTrip kind of made it a legitimate thing on console, but yeah, it always strikes me, especially something like this, where you're rewarded for memorizing stuff because the level's unchanging each time. It really does make me think that this would have been a really successful arcade genre in the sort of peak of the arcades. I can imagine if endless runners appeared in the mid-90s, or the early 90s, or earlier, you know, it would be huge. But then there were a few, like there was a mode in Balloon Fight that was auto-running, wasn't it? Although, oddly, that wasn't in the arcade version of Balloon Fight, it was only in the Famicom version of Balloon Fight. Weird. Anyway.
Strange, the energy readings for this sector have just spiked. It seems to be getting close to...
Now that I've run through this about 5 times, I just noticed that there was a story that... that's the thing, like, I have, just by default, the volume on my controller turned way down, because that thing can blare out loud when you've got a family around as you're playing and a baby sleeping and you want to be kind of quiet upstairs. So I usually have the controller volume turned way down, but you're really concentrating on what's going on in the screen. So it was only then, because I memorized the section, that I felt able to read what's going on in the story there. Presumably there must be a setting to turn the controller speaker off. I'll have a look for it. If not, that's definitely something to request. Because yeah, I don't think this is going to be a work of Shakespeare or anything, but I do feel I'm somewhat missing out. Jump over that this time. There you go. On what's going on story-wise here. Jump. Okay, whoa. Hello. And that. Okay. Did it.
So to put it bluntly, you're a werewolf.
Brilliant.
Take that in a moment. Right, good. You were born a human with the
Excellent
power to
episode,
transform
King
your will into a wild, mysterious beast capable of destroying all in your path.
Ooh.
Which, of course, is a very powerful
No,
trait indeed. The Town Council, who own the Infinity and most of the known galaxy, by the way, decided to perform research on those who possess this kind of power and use them for their secret weapons.
Possess this kind of power.
During these tests, to see if your kind could be easily controlled, they established that you'll all stay activated to erratically, which of course made training your people, a nightmare. So they created the item you just picked up, a genetic suppressor which allows your wolf side to come out precisely when you mean it to, instead of at random. With these genetic suppressors, you will be able to transform into a wolf whenever you need to.
There you go, space werewolves. Makes a world of sense. There you go. Werewolf, who knew? I think it's at least a little bit tongue-in-cheek with that stuff. But yeah, I mean, this I'm not sure how much this. I think this is coming out at $10. I don't want to misspeak, but I hardly think that it's going to be a super expensive offering. Let's see if audio options. Play dialogue and controller. No, thank you. There we go. So there is that. That's good. But yeah, I mean, it's you've played something like this before, without doubt. But there's this super hokey story slapped in on top, and there's not much like this on your PS4, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely intriguing enough and good enough at what it does to warrant a further look. And I will get back to you on kaijupop.com with a full written review in the near future. So that's Infinity Runner. It's out next week on PSN. Chris Charlton for the kaijupop.com. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.